not agree more. It is a pleasure to be together with you in this joint effort to make a difference. At this time, I would now like to open the floor to the group members and observers for an interactive exchange. But let me begin by inviting my co-coordinator, Timor-Leste, for remarks.
Thank you, Honorable Madam Chairman, Mau-Kura, Minister of Commerce and Industry of Liberia, His Excellency Ambassador Jan, Deputy Director General of the WTO, distinguished representative of the G7+ Secretariat, Excellencies, dear member of the G7+WTO Acession Group, and dear colleagues. At the outset, I wish to express my gratitude to Honorable Madam Minister Dick for chairing this meeting of the group and for your kind work. I am certain that under your leadership, the outcome of today's meeting will contribute to advance the group agenda for the multilateral trading system. I further thank His Excellency Ambassador Jan, Deputy Director General of the WTO, for honoring us with your presence today. I thank you for your commitment to the group and in particular to acceding government as my own. Your presence shows that WTO remains steadfast in its commitment to support the integration of all nations, in particular fragile and conflict-affected states in the WTO. I join you, Honorable Minister, in thanking my colleagues, Mr. Paul Tate, Head of the Mission of Liberia, for his collaboration with my permanent mission, and in paying tribute to the Ambassador Muhammad Kozum Hacho, former permanent representative of Afghanistan to the WTO, who was the first coordinator of this group and a true champion for the advocacy of trade for peace. I wish Ambassador Hacho and all the good people of Afghanistan well in this transitional period, where above all, peace and security shall prevail. With the support of all its members and of the WTO Secretariat, the G7+WTO Acession Group has become a major driving force in discussion between trade and peace. This group that started as a platform for experience sharing between acceding and acceded government to the WTO, with the purpose of facilitating accession, has then gained its bigger space in international trade discussion by exposing main fragility of the current system, the inequality between major player and fragile and conflict-affected state. Excellency and dear colleagues, the effect of the war on trade, the flow of multilateralism, and the challenge faced by the fragile and post-conflict affected states are not new topic of concern. What is indeed new in the joint voice that the group offered to its member and other interested delegations to send a strong message to the WTO membership and leadership and demand for accountability for all those countries that have been neglected when designing the current international trade policy. With this being said, Timor-Leste support the fourth proposal of the Madam Chair, one, to hold the second ministerial meeting of the G7+WTO Acession Group on the margin of the conference, which takes place from 30 November to 4 December in Geneva. My delegation share the opinion that it's crucial to continue with the practice of the MC11 in 2017 and have a ministerial meeting with the purpose of strengthening the commitment of the group to the WTO and increase its visibility. Two, to issue a draft ministerial declaration of the G7+WTO Acession Group to be adopted by the minister at their second meeting. The adoption of a new ministerial declaration will seize the momentum of discussion on trade and peace and will put forward the group vision towards the WTO and its future. As the Honorable Minister Dick mentioned, it will further serve the purpose of giving the acceding government of the group an opportunity to highlight the specific needs to the WTO membership, something often difficult to do without the support of the acceding government of the G7+WTO Acession Group. when recalling the specific needs of the fragile and conflict-affected states, the declaration should also call for further attention to the post-conflict accession phase. It's a misconception to view WTO accession as the ultimate goals for the state in the acceding process. Conditions shall be created to support those recent acceding governments to guarantee that better and more economic opportunity, job and revenue is being created, and that those conditions will be sustainable for the future. Third, to develop a work program on trade for peace dedicated to fragile and conflict-affected countries, which should be brought to the attention to all WTO ministers. This proposal is in line with the previous point, which is that now is the moment to influence the future work of program of the WTO by proposing work program designed by the fragile and conflict-affected countries with the aim of supporting in a sustainable way fragile and conflict-affected countries. 4,